Hi, Cold Harbor 4th and 5th graders. Mrs. Gill here with the exciting kickoff for Reading Olympics. So we have 4 teams. I'm going to be announcing what team you're on and who your coach is, and also revealing the 30 books you can choose from as you go through this competition. After this video today, you can come to the library and check out a Reading Olympic book to start reading. And just like we've been practicing in the library, you'll create a Flipgrid for your coach to listen to give you your awards, your points. You have to read 5 books over the next 4 months as a minimum, but I hope some of you become super readers and read all 30. As you're reading, of course, you will be earning charms to proudly wear around your neck. The shirts are going to be delivered soon and they'll be given to you. And I want to announce the first meeting next Friday, which is November 5th. You'll be meeting with your coach outside your coach's classroom door to find out what books you're reading, who's reading what, and get a plan together and a team name. As a reminder, how to do the Flipgrid is once you type in www.flipgrid.com up in this URL up here, you need to put in your joining code. Each coach will have their own joining code. Here's Miss Lambert's joining code. Push next, type in guest. And remember, here are what your coach is looking for. They want you to say your name, the name of the book, the author's name, identify if your book is fiction, nonfiction, and if it's specifically a nonfiction biography. If it's fiction, what genre it is. And then, of course, like we've been practicing in class, in library class, if you read a fiction book, you're going to answer these questions. What is the setting? Who are the main characters? What is the problem or conflict of the story? What are the 3 important events that happened in the story? How is the problem or conflict resolved at the end of the story, your resolution? And create 2 Reading Olympics questions and answers. If you read a nonfiction book, you'll tell what the topic of the book is and list at least 5 new facts you learned about the book. You can always add more. And again, create 2 Reading Olympics questions and answers. If you read a biography, tell us who the book is about. What did they do or invent that there is a book about them now? Why are they important? Explain 3 major events in the person's life. Create 2 Reading Olympics questions and answers. When you are creating your video, you'll scroll down, hit Add Response. That response will pull up the camera so you can start editing. Remember, when you push play, you can pause it at any time to look at any notes you have or look at the paper so you can answer all the questions on your Reading Olympics form. Remember, the coach may ask you to redo it if it's not done properly. So if I push record, it starts recording. At any time, I can push the pause button and look at my paper or look at the book to refresh my memory. When you're done, stop it, push next, listen to your response, push next again. And what I want you to make sure you do is you type in your name up here and then the book you read. So if I put in my name, I put in Gil, and maybe I read The Empty Pot, and then push submit. So that's how you do your Flipgrid code. The coach will need a few days to get that together, and then when they are finished, they'll fill out a little slip for you to hand so you can bring to the library if you earned your charm. So for the 2021 through 2022 Reading Olympic books, here are the 30 books you can choose from. Remember, you have to read 5 in total minimum, but I hope you decide to read all 30. Your first 2 books will need to be read by December 15th. Here we go. Our first book is Survivor Diaries Avalanche by Terry Lynn Johnson. The second book, Because of the Rabbit, Cynthia Lord. Bob by Wendy Mass and Rebecca Steed. Crenshaw by Catherine Applegate. Kingdom Keepers, Disney After Dark by Riley Pearson. Dragons in the Bag by Zealot Elliott. Hero by Jennifer Lee Schatz. I Survived the Destruction of Pompeii, AD 79. I Survived the Great Molasses Flood of 1919. Claude, Evil Alien Warlord Cat. Written by Johnny Marcano and Emily Crendweth. Max in the Midnights. Creator, same author as Big Nate Lincoln Pierce. Midnight at the Mansion, the Virginia Mysteries book, Book 5 by Stephen Smith. The Mystery of the Graveyard of the Atlantic by Carol Marsh. Mystery on Pine Lake, by Tamara Wright. Pass Go and Collect $200. The Real Story of How Monopoly Was Invented by Tana Lee Stone. Gary D. Schmidt wrote, Pay Attention, Carter Jones. Ruby Goldberg's Bright Idea, written by Vanessa Brantley Newton. Savvy, a Newbery Honor Award book, was written by Ingrid Law. Solving the Puzzle Under the Sea by Marie Thorpe's Maps of the Ocean Floor, written by Raoul Colon. Jan Brett wrote The Tale of the Tiger Slippers. The Unicorn Rescue Society, The Creature of the Pines by Adam Gidwarts. The Donut Fix by Jesse Janowitz. The Empty Pot by Demi. The Hero Two Doors Down by Sharon Robinson. The Singing Rock and Other Brand New Fairy Tales. The Terrible Two by Jory John and Mac Barnett. Where is the Grand Canyon? Who is Jane Goodall? Who is Michael Jordan? Who were the Tuskegee Airmen? So those are your 30 Reading Olympic books that you can choose from. Are you going to be a super reader? As a reminder, guys, besides these books here that will be, this rolly cart will be next to Miss Crenshaw's circulation desk, you also have the option to look up books on Sora. So to get to Sora, which I showed you in class, but let's review, you go to class link, scroll down until you find the Sora button. Here it is. Here's Sora. And you can type in your Reading Olympics book in here. Not all of them are there, but quite a few are. So I do know Crenshaw is there. So type in Crenshaw. Push enter. If you scroll down, you see there it is by Catherine Applegate. You can borrow, read a sample, add to the list. Now, if it's already checked out on the computer, it will not be available, but you can put it on hold. If I borrow it, click on it. You will need to make sure you're logged into your library catalog. I can download it and I can start reading the book right on my computer. So again, you go to class link, the Sora button, open it and type in the book, and it might be available digitally for you. Happy reading! So now it's time to find out, what team are you in? I want to thank the 4 volunteer coaches that we have in the building. We have Miss Lambert, Miss Holson, Mrs. Rotundi, and Mrs. Zeilinger. So let's find out who is on Mrs. Zeilinger's team. As a reminder, next Friday will be your first Reading Olympics meeting outside their classroom door at 8 o'clock. You'll meet with your coach briefly and decide the name of your team and start talking about what books you're reading and what you're going to be reading next. Because you remember, you want your whole team to read as many as the 30 books as you can throughout the next 4 months. And the more people that read it, the more that might be able to answer the questions correctly on competition day. So, Ms. Zeilinger's team, we have Ashby Baker, Reagan Bass, Katie Buchanan, Emma Irvin, Savion Johnson Blair, Winnie Lewis, Mateo Menino, Jackson Rollins, Sebastian Sprouse, and Madeline Stellwag. That's Mrs. Zeilinger's team. That's so exciting. Next is Miss Holson's team. Let's see who's on Mrs. Holson's team. Chloe Hawkins, Kaylee Hester, Leslie Hinson, Josiah J. Blair, Amy Keenan, Sam Lewis, Reagan McDougall, Layla Reed, Elijah Richmond, and Jet Timberlake. That was Mrs. Holson's team. Next team is Mrs. Lambert's team. Jalea Ball, Brody Bennett, Wesley Dexter, Fletcher Frank, Josiah Johnson, Wyatt Leake, Melina Menino, Stella Moore, Cindy Crowder, Zachary Meja, Julie Zeller. So that was Miss Lambert's team. And Miss Rotundi's team. Let's see who's on her team. Colton Clark, James Courtney, Natalie Ellis, Sophia Flannery, Miriam Maxfield, Landon Miller, Fred Porterfield, Cora Queensberry, Ella Van Drew, and Jackson Woody. So at this time, guys, you can come to the library and check out a book that's on the Reading Olympics list and start reading. Next Friday, you'll meet with your team. Happy reading and good luck, everybody.